the remote control tank. It's this model that you see here. We're gonna go through step by step. Also look at the website for the lesson plans, how do we start each part. So we're gonna start with the wheels. For this specific robot, we have 3 wooden plates. We're gonna use all 3 alternating, so the kids need to have them. Do not paint them before. Only after you finish the model. If you have time, you can paint it, but don't paint it before. Only if you have markers and only if you were told to paint. If not, just use it like that. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first part, and it's the wheels. So we are gonna break down these 8 small circles and these 4 with the round circle in the middle. So we're gonna do this. Just break them up. Again, I'm reminding you, the kids need to file down any wooden splinters, any leftovers. In order to save time in this video, we're not gonna file down the parts. And also, the kids will use only wood glue. In this video, we're gonna use crazy glue just to finish the model quicker. So the kids file down these parts, and the next part they need is 30 screw and just a regular lock nut. And what we do is we actually going to do a sandwich, and I'm going to show you exactly how you do it in class. Now this is very important. You're going to take a small circle, just push it in, and then you're going to use the wood glue and just put 3 drops, just like small drops around the circle. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, like this, and then you push. So we have a small circle, on top of it you push a big circle like this. Now you don't put glue on big circles, only on small circles. So we're gonna put on this circle, we're gonna put 3 drops, 1, 2, 3, and then push it down like this, so the glue actually glues to the bigger circle. This is 1, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. We're going to put 3 drops, 1, 2, 3, and another small circle. So in the middle we have 2 small circles. So this is a small circle, a big one, 2 small ones, and then we have this 1, 2, and 3. We push another big one, and the last one is a small circle. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and just the glue should face down because we're gluing it inside like this. And once you checked it for the kids, give them just a regular lock nut and close it like this. Tighten it up all the way. Later on when we put the wheels on the model, we're gonna take this screw off, but right now it helps keep this sandwich together and just continue to the next part. So I'm gonna do the second pair really quick. If you're watching the video, I'm working as we do it, so you can just like follow me. We're just gonna do it really quick. A small circle, I already put glue on it. Big one, 2 small ones this time, so it's 1. This is the first one, and I'm gonna do this for the second one. Just glue it, just like sandwich. Make sure you have glue between each of the layers, and then I'm gonna do here 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to put a big one, and the last one would be this 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to put this inside, and again a regular lock nut right here. Regular lock nut, and just close it all the way, tighten it up. And now we're actually done with these big wheels. Now this is the first class, so it depends how much time you have. Just manage your time right. So we have 2 big wheels, and then we're actually gonna take the 3rd wooden plate, this one, and here we have the same idea, only with smaller wheels. So we have 8 small ones and 8 medium ones, so 4 medium ones. So we're gonna break this. And the kids again are going to file all the parts, and we're just doing the same thing. A small circle, a big one, 2 small circles, and then another big one and another small circle. So I'm just gonna run through it quickly so you can see what I'm doing. Same idea, we're using the same 30 screws, same idea of how to glue and lock nut at the end. So let's just run through it quickly. Now it's important that you check that the kid put not a lot of glue, because if this gets glued to the 30 screw, then we're gonna have a problem getting the screw out for the next step. Okay, so just make sure you tell the kids how to put glue. If you're not sure, they can put it with the finger. It will be easier for them. So it doesn't really matter how they apply the glue, as long as they put the right amount and not too much. They have a tendency to just like put a lot of glue, especially the younger kids. So just make sure they put the right amount of glue. So again, you can see here, same idea like before. Now you need to be even more careful because these are smaller parts. So here we have the sandwich, and we're going to close it with the last circle. 1, 2, and 3. And lock knot on the other side. While you give them the screwdriver, just make sure you give them the safety regulation about how to use a screwdriver, and not to play with the filers as well. Just make sure you, whenever you get like a chance, just give them the safety rules. Okay, so we have the one small pair, and then we have the last one. This should probably take most of the time of the first class. So again, just be aware of your time frame, because if you have time, we have one more part I want to finish for the first lesson plan. So let us finish this first, and then we'll go to the next part. Here we go. Again, I'm reminding you, we put glue only on the small circle, like this. Now, if the kids have any extra, just wipe it with a paper towel, or just like with their finger, so you don't have any extra glue stuck in the middle. Because then, once we put the tires on, it's just not gonna slide correctly. So just make sure there's no spare glue like you see right here. So just wipe it off. And we close this screw as well, like this. Tighten it up, and we're actually done with all 4. These are the front wheels, all 4 of these. So we're done with this. Again, look at your time. If you have enough time, continue to the next step. The next step would be breaking down these 2 parts. Now we have 4 that are alike. Now we have here the cracks that are diagonally. We take one with the crosses. You see this like a shape of a cross. So we're gonna take these 2 parts, break them out slowly and carefully. Again, the kids need to file the part. So this is 1 and 2, and then we're gonna take from the other 2 plates, we're gonna take this part right here, this part, here we go, break it up. If anything breaks, if the parts just pop out, just make sure the kids put them in their bags so they don't get lost, okay? So this is 1, and here the second one right here, 2. Now this is very important for the model, that you don't get the directions mixed up. So just put them like this, both of them with the bump facing up, and the holes are in 2 different sides. So if you put it like this, it's not gonna be good, because the kids are gonna glue it the same way. So you do this and this, and then just the kid just apply glue and just push it wherever it goes. So if it goes here, this is gonna be 1. So this is 1. Okay, exactly like I'm doing right here, you're gonna do in class. So this is 1, and the second one will go right here, and this is 2. So now we have 2 parts that later on, when we put them on the model, they're gonna face the right direction. Okay, so we have 1 and 2. Make sure the kids apply glue before putting it. Again, just for this video, we're gonna use super glue. It's gonna be easier for us to finish it quicker. So I'm just gonna put a stripe of glue like this, so the kids just. Okay, so now we have these 2 parts. So first lesson plan would be these 6 parts. If you don't have time, that's okay. We take into consideration this model takes a little bit more time. So then we finish these parts. So we're gonna put all these parts aside right now and continue to the next part, which is gonna actually be the body of the. It's gonna be the body. So we're gonna break. So we're gonna use the 2 wooden plates. This and that. So we're gonna break this part first, right here. So this is part number 1. And then we're going to break these 4 parts. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's just stop right here so we can continue with these. I'm going to put this aside so we can continue with it. So, after following down the parts, you can see we have 2 types of parts. We have one like this, that it goes only one way. And then we have one with a little like toenail going in the back like this. Okay, so these toenails actually are gonna be, the toenails are actually gonna go here in the middle, so it's gonna be 1 and 2. You're gonna glue them. Again, the kids apply a stripe of glue like this, they just apply. And the shorter ones will go on the sides like this. Now you need to make sure all the holes are aligned, okay? Because the motor is gonna come and sit right here. So you need to make sure the holes are aligned. Okay, good. And again, the kids use the regular glue. I'm going to use the super glue just to finish it quicker. Okay, so now we're done with this part. And then look for 2 small triangles right here. We have 2 small triangles right here. We're going to break them out. These 2 parts. I'm going to put this aside again. I'm going to break these 2 parts again, and these parts I'm going to glue to the sides. Just watch the straight part goes outside, face outside like this. This is 1 and this is 2. And again, the kids put glue. Make sure it's glued well to the body. Very good. We're continuing to the next part. The next part would be the outer side of the box. So we're gonna take these 2 parts. So it's 1 and 2. So we have 1 and 2, and part number 3 is gonna be right here. And this is, I'm sorry, it's right here. So this is gonna be part number 3, just this one. So as you can see, while I'm touching the parts, many of them are just falling from the plate because they're small parts. Put them in the bags, okay? Make sure the kids have these in the bag because we don't want them to get lost. So these parts I'm going to put in the bag. I'm going to put it aside for a second. So, file down. Again, it's very important that the kids file it down. We're going to glue it like this. So this is going to be number 1. And this is going to sandwich him from the other side like this, okay? This is 1 and 2. Okay, and then this goes on top like this. Okay, sorry, other side. Okay, it goes only one way, so make sure you do it the right way. And make sure the parts go all the way in. If they're not all the way in, it's not going to work correctly. So make sure the parts go all the way in. That's why we also file the parts to make sure the connection is firm. So this is, we just put the first part on the body. And again, I'm going to glue it like this. Okay, so now we have this part, and then I'm going to take one more part, which is this part, and I'm just going to put it right here. Like this. So just to make sure everything is stable. So it goes here, and of course we're gonna glue it. So now we finished with the body, and then we're gonna start building on it. Now we're gonna do the hinges first, and then we're gonna actually put the motors on and start connecting everything. So in order to build the hinges, what we need is 4 parts. It's gonna be 1 and 2, 3 and 4 from this plate, and then from the second plate we're gonna use 4 more parts, which are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what we're gonna do now, you need to be careful that the direction here is extremely important. If you if you don't put it right, then this hinge is not gonna connect the wheel to the motor, and then you're gonna have a serious problem later on in class, and we don't want that to happen. So what you're gonna do now is take this part. So we need these. This is gonna be one pair, and this is gonna be the other pair. So this goes in the narrow crack, into the narrow crack, and you put glue, and then you take these parts. Now look at the crack in the middle. We have like a half a circle, and they need to be aligned with each other. So you can't put them like this. If you put them like this, the motor is not gonna fit. So it must be aligned. So if you hold it in front of your eyes, you can actually see the hole that fits the motor. So you're just gonna push them one by one. Now before the kids even apply glue, you must go between them and just check they did it right and it's aligned, because after that, if it's already glued, to go and fix it later on, it's gonna be a very long process that it's gonna take a lot of time from class. So just make sure you check it now so we don't have any problems later. So this is one, and then I'm gonna line the other one the same way exactly and push it in like this, and then make sure everything is pushed all the way in. You can press it on the table. Okay, so this is gonna be hinge number 1. This is number 1, and then let's do number 2. It's exactly the same way. Like this, you create the fork. And then you push the parts in. Now tell the kids to be careful if they need help to call you, because these parts are really sensitive because they're small. You don't want them to break. So if the kids need help, tell them to call you. So this is 1 and 2. Here we go. We're gonna put glue on this as well. So now we have the hinges 1 and 2, and we're gonna continue to the next step. And again, make sure this is the point you need to check twice that the kids have it ready, and if not, we can continue. So if they're done, we can continue to the next step, and the next step is putting the motors on. So we're gonna have 2 motors. Now this is extremely important. Look, so the motors, we have 2 signs to know where the motor should face. First of all is the wire. So the wire comes from one side, so we can say the wire should face the outside. Okay, so if this is the model, and when the wire face outside, it's going to be either like this or like this. If I put this motor here, not good, because the wire is facing out inside. Now I also have a small circle. You see it's only on one side, so that's only give me that's also giving me a sign to know where this goes. So I'm just gonna put the motor like this when I know that the wires are facing outside, and also the small circle here. Only then I give the kids a 30 screw. Okay, after they place it in place and I checked it and they did it right, I'm gonna give them a 30 screw, and we're gonna put the screw from one side like this. I'm gonna push it into the motor, out of the other to the other side, and just put the nut right here, and I'm gonna lock it. So this one is locked. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. So this time, again, it should face outside. So this motor is gonna be the opposite way from this one. So I'm gonna look at the outside, and if I see the wire and the small bump, then that means I did it correctly. Okay, so we just finished putting the motors on. Make sure that the wires are facing out as well as the bump here. And the 30 screw is coming from this side. So you put the screw in, hold the nut, and just twist it on both sides. Now, this is a very important part. You must check the motors if they're not in the right position. Once we build the rest of the tank, we will not be able to take it out and fix it. So make sure right now that the bumps are going out, the wires are going out, and we're going to continue. So right now, we're going to take the hinges we built before. So we have 1 and 2. We're just going to slide them on the motor from both sides. So this is 1 and this is 2. Like this, 1 and 2. From here, we're going to continue. We're going to take the parts from the beginning when we had first class. We built these parts. And I'm sorry, not these parts. Right now, we're going to take these 2 parts. They look a lot like these parts, but these have diagonal cracks. So we're going to take 1 and 2 and just we're going to put them from the side like this. That the bump is going to be facing up, okay? So this is going to be the upper side, and the bump is going to be facing up like this, okay? Here we go. So this goes here like this. Now all the cracks should be aligned, and just push it in all the way. Make sure you push it all the way in like this. And of course the kids apply glue here and here before they attach it. Make sure the hinge does not get glued, or else it's not going to work. Okay? I'm going to use super glue just to finish it quicker. So we have one side, and then we're going to do the same thing for the other side right here. Just push it in like this. Okay, now that we made sure both sides are aligned and the hinges are not glued, we're going to continue to the next part. The next part, I'm going to need these 2 parts, the wider one. You have 2 more similar parts to these, but we're going to take the wider one and just slide them from the side like this all the way in. Here we go. So this is 1, and on the other side as well, this is going to be number 2. The next step is actually we're going to take 4 parts that looks like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're just going to put, you can see we're going to put it like this. So the crack is facing out. So we have 1. And then the other part just goes on top of it and into the side of the body. Like this. So this is going to be 1. And to save time, I already have the second one already glued. So we're just going to slide it inside. Like this. Here we go. So we have the second side as well. First the small one, and then the bigger part. So now we have 1 and 2. And now we're actually going to the next part, and the next part would be the wheels. We're going to do the cog wheels that are moving. For each cog wheel, we're going to need 2 small wheels with a wide crack, 2 big wheels with the same crack, and 2 cog wheels. Now it's really easy. Just follow my instructions. We're going to start with a small circle, slide it in, and then we're going to take a big circle, slide it in. No glue whatsoever. We're not gluing any parts in this wheel. We're not gluing anything. Then this is an important part. We need to align them on top of each other. If they do not align exactly the same, twist it. Because if I turn it like this, look at the teeth. They do not align. So this is not going to work. So I'm going to twist it back and make sure the kids show you this before they insert it on the hinge. So we're gonna insert it right here after we check they're aligned, and then big one, and then small one again. Now we're gonna use the parts from the first class, these two submarines. We're just gonna place it like this. Once we place it, there's no way to fix the wheel or take out the motor. So make sure at this point you have a checkpoint when you check with the kids. Now we're gonna take this one, just push it, and make sure both bumps are on top, and you're just gonna push it in like this. And now when you apply glue, you apply only here. Do not put any glue next to the wheel because we don't want it to get glued. So we're just gonna apply some glue here. Of course, the kids apply glue before assembling the part. And then we're gonna do the second pair. Same idea. Small circle, big circle. Align the cogwheels. Align the cogwheels like this, and then big one, and last one is a small one, which is right here. Now, same thing on the other side. First, the kids use of course, they use the wood glue. Just apply the glue here, only on this part, and then we're just gonna take it and push it in its place like this, exactly like you see in the video right now. And again, I'm gonna use the super glue just to finish it quicker. So now we actually have the body with the two wheels. Make sure they turn and they're not glued, okay? Just go between the kids and make sure this actually spins. We're gonna continue to the next part. The next part will be the sides here. So we're gonna take 4 small parts, these 2 parts and these 2 parts, like 2 bridges and 2 like ninja stars. So we're gonna put 1 ninja star right here, all the way into the circle like this, so you don't have any space. And then we're gonna take this part and just put it on top. Now, just a drop of glue, not too much glue, because we can't have this part glued to this part because you need to see it spin. You see, they're not the same part. So just a drop of glue on the top to make it sure it's in place, and spin it. Make sure it still spins. Okay? If it does not spin, take it out, wipe the glue, apply less glue, and put it. I'm going to do quickly the same thing for the other side. Small ninja star, and then the bridge comes on top, like this. Push it in, and I'm just going to put some glue on it. Exactly like this. Okay, make sure it still spins. This is the most important part. We want it to spin. Okay, next part. Next part is actually we're going to build the body and the cannon. So we're going to need these 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to start, let's start with the bottom one. So this is going to be number 1. Goes right here. Put some glue. So this is number 1. Number 2 will be this part that will go right here. So this is number 2, and number 3 will be the roof. Exactly like this. Okay, now we finished building the body, and now we're going to build the cannon. We're going to use 5 parts. We're going to need 1, 2, and 3 circles. This is already glued, but these are 2 circles connected already. We're just going to slide them like this, one into each other, all the way in. Put some glue. Then you see we have a longer part on one of the sides. We're just going to slide, put some glue, slide, put some glue, and slide the last wheel like this. So now we have the cannon. we go. Now we have the cannon. Now, carefully, we're going to slide the cannon into part number 2 here. Right in the middle, carefully, again, because this is the sensitive part. And we're going to glue it like this. So now we have the cannon. So we're almost done. We don't have much to go. The next part would be putting back the wheels we assembled in the first class. And now we need to put them on our model. So as I told you in the first class, we're going to need to take these off. So quickly, we're going to take all the 30 screws out. You can collect the nuts, but leave the 30 screws on the table because we're going to use them for the next step. So we don't longer need the regular lock nuts. So just tell the kids to take off all the 30 screws. That's why we don't put a lot of glue, because we don't want the screw to get glued to the part. And if you did it right, once you get the 30 screw out, you'll see it in a second. Once you get the 30 screw out, this would stay as one piece. So we're going to do this to all the wheels. So I'm just going to finish it quickly. We have this one as well. So this is number 3, and the last small wheel. And we actually have left just to put the wheels on, put the tires, and just connect everything together, and we're done. So we're a few minutes from finishing this video. So here we go. Let's take this out. Sometimes the kids just need to screw it out like this. Just let them have the screwdrivers. Okay, so now the next part is we're actually going to assemble the wheels right here. So first we need to assemble these wheels, okay, like this. So we're going to put wheel number 1, and the screw is going to come from the outer side. The 30 screw is going to come from outside through the wheel inside, and I'm going to use Nylock lock nut, which is the thicker ones, and I'm just going to put it right here. Here we go. Now, you're gonna hand over wrenches to the kids so they can tighten this up. Wrenches like these. Okay, so we have one, and then we put the medium one right here. And we're doing the same thing, exactly the same thing. Through it into the other side. And so this is one, big one, small one. I'm going to do the same thing exactly from the other side. Again, from the outside, I'm going to put the 30 screw like this into the wheel. From the other side, Nylock lock nut. And we need one more for this one. Here we go. Through the small wheel. Align the holes if you need to push it through the other side. Again, if you need to use a screwdriver, let the kids use a screwdriver to push it to the other side. And we have it on the other side, and then put the lock nut. Now, when we tighten up the lock nuts, this is a very important part. Make sure the wheels can move freely, okay? So I'm going to do it with a wrench, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So you tighten it up, and then make sure the wheel is free to spin, like this. So once you take the wrench, it's free to spin. If it's not free to spin, it's not good. That means the tank is not going to move correctly. Okay, so tighten it up a little bit, and then just see that it can spin. If it can spin, you're fine. Here we go. Same thing on the other side. Can spin. And the last one. And it spins. Good. So, the next step, we're actually gonna put the rubber bands on like this, and just you see the teeth inside, they need to be on the wheel. So I'm gonna just put it like this. It's elastic, so you can stretch it over it. Make sure all the teeth are aligned. You can see that it's gonna move like this. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. Just gonna put it on top like this. Okay, and now we actually have the final part. Each kid gets a box. Now it doesn't matter, we're not gluing the box, so it doesn't matter which wire goes where. Once you work with the remote control, you can always, if you see it goes backwards, you can always switch the wires. So I'm gonna put one here and one here like this, and then all we need to finish is a rubber band. Okay, so I'm gonna push this like here, and I'm gonna do a double twist on the rubber band and just grab it here in the back so the box does not fall. So we have 1 and 2, and that's it. Our tank is done, and let's see if it works. We're just gonna turn it on, and then you can see that it works, and you play. So if it goes right and left, like you want it to do, if it goes forward or back, you can just play with it, and make sure all the kids get also a remote control, and that's it.